Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about what is probably the most controversial vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online, the Oppressor Mk2. And since this vehicle was added into the game a few years ago, it has always been on the forefront of discussion for, most overpowered vehicle, most unfair. Does Rockstar need to remove this? Does Rockstar need to nerf this? And it actually has received some patches, fixes, and nerfs, especially recently where there's an even longer cooldown on the vehicle if it ends up getting destroyed, and a couple of other things Rockstar have done to attempt to level the playing field between players that are not on this vehicle and players that are. However, even with all that in mind, it is still one of the most powerful vehicles in the game. And I was just doing some browsing, and I found this article on the website Dexerto, which I'll leave a link to in the description. And the title of the post is Grand Theft Auto Online player reveals the easiest way to take down the Oppressor Mk2. So I thought to myself, okay, this sounds kind of interesting because every time I come up against someone in an Oppressor Mk2, they always just seem to dominate me no matter what I do. And that might just be my fault because I'm a pretty terrible player, but I figured maybe I could learn a thing or two from this. So the article ends up linking a post on the Grand Theft Auto Online subreddit by a user Canadian BTW, who made it their mission to get revenge on a Mark II enemy. And apparently, there's a little bit of a backstory here. They had their cargo destroyed by an Oppressor Mk2 user. Is there anything worse? And they decided to get revenge. So let's just take a look at the quick 9-second clip right here. You can see our user Canadian BTW is in an Avenger, and he's got the Avenger where like the blades are facing forward. So he's in horizontal flight mode. And he's trying to find our Oppressor Mk2 target, and he literally turns him into ground beef. He just like shreds him up with the blades. That is hysterical. And it doesn't just like bump the user out of the way. It doesn't just knock him off the bike, but it completely wipes him out. This is hysterical. And this is a strategy that a bunch of other people might want to adopt in the future when it comes to going up against this irritating bike. Now, the only problem with this clip is it looked like it was kind of a perfect situation where the guy on the Oppressor Mk2 wasn't going too fast and he wasn't paying attention to the Avenger, because the Avenger doesn't really have many advantages over the Oppressor Mk2. It's not weaponized and it's not faster than the Oppressor Mk2. So this is kind of a lucky situation. I do feel bad for our user Canadian BTW because it does look as if he got his cargo destroyed, which there's nothing worse than that, because when you have cargo, you're basically in a slow, helpless, defenseless vehicle, and someone just getting on an Oppressor Mk2 to kill them and get some extra RP is a little bit silly in my opinion. And I do hate the fact that Rockstar will put these alerts on the screen that essentially encourages players to do that. So they might not even know better. They might think that that's a great way to make a ton of money, or it's a part of the game. Now, again, the problem with this strategy is if you're doing this, you're also fighting fire with fire here, especially when it comes to paying money, because in order to get the Avenger, it's going to be $4,787,500 if you want to buy it now, or if you have the trade price, it's $3,450,000. And the Oppressor Mk2 is not any less expensive. Remember, when it was added back in the After Hours update in 2018, it cost $3,890,000 from the same website, Warstock Cash and Carry. So if you want to fight fire with fire, you can. I think this individual was a little bit lucky here because most of the time I would say an Oppressor Mk2 has an advantage over the Avenger, but it was hysterical to see those giant green blades just cut up that Oppressor Mk2. However, when I saw this clip, I was like, I wonder if there's any other fun examples of people getting revenge on Oppressor Mk2 users, and I decided to just do some more research on the Grand Theft Auto Online subreddit, and I found a handful of hysterical clips. And we're going to take a look at some of those right now. So in this next clip, our individual here has actually brought out the Chernobog to try and fight the Oppressor Mk2 users. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when this vehicle was added in the Doomsday Heist, I think I bought it, customized it, and I've never brought it out since, because you literally have to be stationary in order to use the missiles like this. But I guess it is an effective way of fighting off an oppressor, because you can literally just launch a volley of missiles at them. And that's exactly what happened here. Our individual eventually ended up getting absolutely destroyed. So again, I can't really say the Chernobog is one of the most effective vehicles. However, in this particular situation, it did turn out to be very effective at taking out the Oppressor Mk2. Something else that looks like it's effective at taking out Oppressor Mk2s is shotguns with explosive ammos. This next clip right here shows our individual just plummeting this guy off of his bike. He's doing like somersaults and backflips, and apparently explosive shotgun ammo is really good at taking out stuff like that. So I had no idea that was the case. And our next clip right here, we've got our individual who is being chased by a guy in Oppressor Mk2. He's in a Night Shark, which does have some armor ability to absorb this sort of stuff. So he's taking a couple missiles right here, and I think he's trying to bait him in, getting low enough with a sticky bomb, and he eventually does. He gets him low enough where the sticky bomb can grab him, and he's able to take him out. Look at that record versus him, 8-0. That's pretty embarrassing by Oppressor Mk2 guy right there, that he has not killed him once. So that's why the Night Shark is one of the most powerful vehicles in the game, because you can obviously absorb a lot of bullets like that and explosive, and you can use it to chuck, grenades out your window. So that's pretty effective. Our next clip right here, this individual just got destroyed by an Oppressor Mk2. I think he was in like an armored Kuruma or something like that, and he's not very happy. Looks like he's going to try and get his revenge here. So he ends up calling Mors Mutual, gets his Kuruma back, and then immediately proceeds to do some smack talk in the chat as the person in the background ends up getting run over and then exploded. I'm all for some good trash talk, that's for sure. And it looks like our guy's at kind of a disadvantage here. He's not in a good spot, but he pulls out the Up and Atomizer, the Oppressor Mk2's worst enemy, and is able to just point blank him off the bike, and then, just for good measure, destroy the Oppressor Mk2. And again, more trash talk. I'm not sure I condone the language, but trash talk against an Oppressor Mk2 is always good. And then another one comes to ruin the day. I don't think he could tell if he was friendly or not here, so he ends up hesitating before shooting, and then the guy ends up coming back, and he's got the Up and Atomizer, which again is just going to blast you off the bike. So an hysterical use of the Oppressor Mk2 and the instant grenade toss. That's a really good use right there, because it ended up saving his life, I think. So again, that is absolutely hysterical. Great use of the Up and Atomizer to end up killing the Oppressor Mk2s that were hunting him. One of the most annoying things that can happen to you in GTA Online is when you're doing a setup like this for the arcade, and someone in an Oppressor ends up trying to ruin your day because you literally have to start the whole thing over. It looks like this guy was going to get destroyed here. In fact, I think that was the attempt being made, but this guy has to be the worst Oppressor Mk2 pilot of all time, as he literally blows himself up by shooting a missile too close to the ground. That is hysterical. Well done to the stockade for stopping successfully and being able to basically get the Oppressor Mk2 guy to kill himself. Another interesting strategy is to just simply outlast the Oppressor Mk2s. This individual right here is in an MOC, which can absorb a ton of firepower. And it looks like the Oppressor Mk2 guy that is shooting at him literally just keeps emptying volleys and volleys of missiles at him. Only problem with that is you eventually run out of missiles on the Oppressor Mk2. And some people, I feel like, don't even know this. So our Oppressor Mk2 here just keeps shooting missiles at the MOC, and I feel like they have like an unlimited amount, or at least they think that. But eventually, our Oppressor Mk2 guy is like, uh-oh, why can't I fire missiles anymore? And our character ends up getting out and just gets shot right off of the bike. Like, too bad, so sad. Learn to count the amount of missiles you have left, or just know in general that you only have a limited amount. This next video right here is absolutely hysterical. It's been edited a little bit, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think this is one of the best jet pilots I've ever seen. This guy is literally like flying backwards and like upside down. It's crazy. I don't think I could do this if I practiced for like 100 hours straight. So you could see there he ends up getting killed the first time by the Oppressor Mk2. And then he ends up going on an all-out rampage against this guy and trying to get his revenge. And you guys can see the score counter just tick up in the bottom left-hand corner. It's like 4-1, 5-1. I think he ends up getting back into this jet where he's able to just perform these incredible acrobatic tricks. And this guy has got insane precision with like the jet, not only missiles, but also like the miniguns on there too. Like he's flying backwards and then he's like rotating his jet to like shoot at the ground. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So honestly, well done to this individual. And what's hysterical is the guy that originally killed him on the Oppressor then ends up calling like him a cheater in the chat. This whole clip is hysterical, that's for sure. And the final clip we're going to be looking at today is a hysterical use of the flare gun. This guy is in the BF Raptor, and he ends up shooting a flare gun out of the back. And you guys might not know this, but the flares actually attract the missiles from like the Oppressor Mk2 and buzzards. And I think the missile ended up getting too close to him, and it ended up blowing him up. That was just amazingly hysterical. But anyways, that right there is a couple of examples of players easily defeating the Oppressor Mk2 in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What is your favorite approach to taking out the Oppressor Mk2 in Grand Theft Auto Online? Is it an example that we looked at in this video? Do you have your own strategy? Let us know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.